What is going on, everybody? It is your boy, your homie, GCGM here. Some of you guys might know me as Mike, and today we are going to be doing the second episode of the True Believer Show. I know you guys, woo! You guys gave me such great feedback on the first video on TikTok. You guys showed your support on there. I really appreciate it. And we're gonna get straight into this. We are going to be doing today the greatest of all time WWE Superstar tier list. So today I have the same special guest with me. I got ricksgrease. Woo! How we doing today, ricksgrease? How we doing?
Glad to be back.
Yeah, I heard as the screen's gonna show. I hear you're a professional compromiser.
Yep. Did 20 years in the can.
Did John Cena announce that you got caught and compromised yet or no?
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
All right. So here's the tier list. Here's what we're working with today. We got quite a bit of superstars to go to. We got quite a bit of superstars to go through in this one, but I mean, it's not that bad. We'll get through it, right? We should
some
bang this
mid-wrestlers
out
on here, I fear.
Yeah, but this is the whole point of a tier list. You know, we're gonna rank them. All right.
Some of these guys are going in and out.
I don't know if all right. We'll do that when we get to them. All right. Alrighty. So the first wrestler we are going to be talking about is the Big Show.
It's the Big Show.
So I mean, I did write a couple things about this guy. As we know, the Big Show was in Jingle All the Way. You know, great movie.
Yeah, it's probably the best thing he's done.
Yeah, facts. He debuted in 1995. He's a WWE and World Heavyweight Champion. And he also won the IC title. He is the most eliminations in a single Royal Rumble match at 11. He is a two-time Andre the Giant Battle Royal winner, and he is also a WWE Hall of Famer. So, what do we think about the Big Show? Where do you think you would put him? I know when we watched him, he was mostly in the Authority, and he really, he didn't do much that was too hot. But what do you think about the Big Show?
I mean, the best thing I saw of him was the cage match against Roman Reigns in Utica. But,
facts. That was a banger.
I mean, he's done a lot. He was in the company for a long time. He had a good run.
Yeah.
I'd say for that, you gotta put him probably in the B tier. What do you think?
Honestly, I'm gonna agree. I'm going B tier as well, only because the Big Show has had a pretty decent career, but we are going to be getting into some superstars that I think just excel over him in terms of wrestling skill, in terms of promo work, and everything like that. Obviously, big props to the Big Show. He's a big guy, and he maneuvers out there, for his size, it's very impressive. But I don't know. I was never a huge Big Show fan when I was, watching wrestling, especially when I was growing up. But I think B tier is a pretty good middle ground for him to start off at. Next up, we have the five-time champion, Booker T.
I also saw him in Utica.
Yeah, me too. So, all right, let's talk about Booker T. He was very popular, obviously, in the late 90s as a member of the NWO. He is a 5-time WCW, 5-time champ. He is also a 2-time IC champ. He is a tag team champion, and he won that with Harlem Heat. That was with his brother. He is a King of the Ring winner, and he also owns his own wrestling school and is a WWE Hall of Famer. I'm be honest. Really did not watch much of Booker T. I'll be honest with you. He was pretty. I know him mostly because my era of wrestling was mostly between it started probably around 2014 when I really started watching wrestling, and he was mostly a commentator at that point. So I really didn't watch much of his actual wrestling career. But as far as I know, he's a great wrestler. I'm honestly gonna put him with the Big Show in B.
I agree.
I think that's where I'm putting him at the moment. Yeah.
And especially for the whole shucky duck stuff.
Shucky ducky quack quack. That's good stuff.
Yeah.
I like
and
that.
His theme song's goated.
That's a banger. All right. Next up, we have Bruno Sammartino. Obviously, longest.
This is before wrestling was canon.
Facts. He is the longest reigning WWE champion at 4,040 days combined between his two reigns. His longest reign was 2,803 days. He main evented Madison Square Garden a total of 188 times. He is the longest reigning United States champion as well, and a WWE Hall of Famer.
I'd say like
All right.
he's
going in
he's
A.
the first
He's
the
going
first
in
big
A.
wrestler.
Right.
Yeah, he's got to go A.
Yes.
He's the first like I don't, he's like the first guy, I guess. Like he's the first one to be the guy.
Like you look at
of wrestling.
Hogan, you look at Cena, you know, these are the guys, right? He was the first one. I agree with you. I think even though his career wasn't really notable for us, I feel like you got to just respect him because of the reign he had and just everything else.
For sure.
Heard he was a very great guy outside of the ring as well. Very big into like anti-drug use with the wrestlers and stuff, so you got to like that. I support it. I give him A tier. I'll give him
I agree.
All right, next up we have and I'll give you some information about CM Punk. And I did this obviously for some superstars. I got about to The Rock and I stopped doing it because I didn't care, because we're going to get to some guys that we already know a lot about anyway. So CM Punk debuted in 2005. He is a WWE champion, World Heavyweight champion, and an IC champion. He had one of the best feuds of all time with John Cena at Money in the Bank.
Oh my gosh,
I watched that. I just rewatched that match maybe a few weeks ago. That's so good. It was such
I rewatched it probably like a month ago. It's good.
He delivered one of the greatest promos of all time, known as the Pipe Bomb. He fought in the UFC in 2016 before returning to wrestling in 2021 with AEW and finally coming back to WWE at Survivor Series 2023. I think CM Punk is a really good wrestler. Well, I was gonna get to A tier.
A tier. CM Punk's goated.
I was gonna give you a little bit of a spiel.
Absolute banger theme songs.
Of course.
I like to talk about the
Fire
theme
Birds
songs.
is awesome. And the personality.
His whole character, he's just cool. And he's a pretty good wrestler too.
Very good on the mic. One of the honestly, if we're talking about pure mic skills, he'd be S tier alone, right?
Oh, he's phenomenal.
Wrestling skills, honestly, he could be an S tier for wrestling skills as well. I think
his wrestling skills are good.
Only,
well, AEW was a little bit.
Yeah, but I'm counting I'm talking like these guys in their prime. Like I'm not gonna compare CM Punk.
CM Punk is peak.
Right, but another thing is too, like I just hear so many mixed things about him outside the ring. You know what I mean? And I said when we were going to do this tier list, we were going to base it off of everything. Like, everything. So I think the only thing that holds me back from putting him in, like, a low S tier is the fact that he has done some questionable things outside of wrestling. But as it stands, right now, at least, I'm going to put him in the A tier. I think that's fair. All right, next up we have American Dream. He started wrestling in the 60s, competed in the NWA, WCW, and WWE. He's a 3-time NWA champion, WWE Hall of Famer, and he mentored many of the young talent that we know today back in NXT and WWE at the Performance Center. So, Dusty Rhodes, I mean, as we know from Cody Rhodes' whole storyline now, he never really was given like the biggest shots of all time. Like he never, that's the whole point of the feud, right? He never won the WWE championship. He was a 3-time NWA champion. Yeah, he was a 3-time NWA champion, but he's never won the WWE title. I respect Dusty Rhodes. I think that wrestling wouldn't be the same as it is today without Dusty Rhodes. But based on my opinion and based on how much I actually really watched Dusty Rhodes, I have to put him in C tier.
Yeah.
I think he is for his time was a good wrestler. I think he was better as like a mic guy. He was better on the mic than his wrestling skills, but he was a pioneer of wrestling. He's one of the first to ever do it, so obviously you got to give him respect for that. But I think as you go on in time, I think just everything for the most part gets better. So I feel like he just is kind of a victim of, he was a pioneer. And I know that's not true for everything. The Beatles basically started rock music with Elvis, and they're still the greatest to ever do it. So it's not true in every scenario.
Wrestling's a little bit different.
But wrestling is a little different. I think the wrestlers nowadays are a lot better than the wrestlers back in the day. And I might be biased in saying that. I know if we were talking to Metal Mike, he would tell us otherwise. He'd tell us that Hogan's the GOAT. But
no.
But honestly, I think it's fair. That's a fair rating. Next up, we have If It's a Man, but The Rock is cooking. The Rock has starred in many films, including but not limited to The Tooth Fairy, Central Intelligence, Jumanji, Black Adam, and Moana. He is the
Yeah, he
youngest.
plays like the same role in all those movies.
Oh yeah, he's basically the same guy. He is the youngest WWE champion at winning the title at 26 years old. He is a 8-time WWE champion, a 2-time WCW champion, a 2-time Intercontinental champion, and a 5-time tag champion. He also won the Royal Rumble in 2000. He is part owner of the USFL, and he's on the board at TKO and will be main eventing night 1 of WrestleMania 40. So, I don't even think we have to discuss this.
Yeah. I think
he's
everything, even before like 2000, just puts him in the S tier.
I mean, it's The Rock. He is probably the greatest,
he's S tier.
greatest mic worker of all time. Him or Cena, the best on the mic of all time, right? His wrestling skills are phenomenal. He's had so many great feuds in the past with Austin and Cena and you name it, right? He's had some of the greatest feuds of all time. He's just goated. He is just one of the best to ever do it. Potentially could be on a Rushmore of wrestlers. That's how good he is. So honestly, The Rock, well-deserved S tier. All right, and then this is the part where I stopped writing down fun facts about wrestlers. So you're not gonna
we knew all these guys. We've done other guys before anyway.
Oh yeah, it's all right. So next up we have Bret the Hitman Hart. Now, obviously, proud member of the Hart Foundation, right? Had some classic matches, classic feuds with Roddy Piper. He had classics with Shawn Michaels, Stone Cold Steve Austin. I mean, he has had some of the greatest matches and feuds of all time, right? His finisher, the sharpshooter, is known as one of the best submission moves ever to exist on the planet, right? And overall, he created a legacy, man, of wrestling. He really did. He was really good on the mic. He was really good in just everything he did, pretty much. He was fantastic at. The best there is, the best there was, the best there ever will be. I think he fits that pretty well. He's Bret freaking Hart, you know?
Yeah. Well, you put the letter S in front of Hitman, you got my exact opinion of Bret Hart.
Now, that I disagree with. You know, I know Stone Cold said that. I disagree.
Oh,
no, I disagree with it. For Mr. Bret Hart, I'm going top of A.
I'd say that's solid.
I think we're doing
People say he's a baby backstage, but like...
Yeah, but like...
He's still a good wrestler.
He's a good wrestler. Phenomenal. He is phenomenal. He's great.
Shawn Michaels was too, and spoiler alert, he's going in the S tier,
right? So it all right, next up we have the phenomenal one, AJ Styles. Now, AJ Styles, obviously we know, was huge in Japan, right? Before he joined the WWE, he debuted in the Royal Rumble match. I believe that was 2016 Rumble. And, dude, had some amazing feuds on SmackDown Live back in the day. We met him in person, but the video is on my channel. You can watch it. We met him in person. He's a great guy. We got a little too sweet. You know, we got too sweet.
Yeah.
One of the greatest in-ring performers, in my opinion, of all time. He's just so good. His mic work is fantastic as well. He's just one of the greatest all-around wrestlers of all time. He's awesome.
Yeah. Now, I got a problem with him.
What's your problem?
Here's my problem. I had to wait 4 hours.
Oh, here we go.
And, you know, he had to go to the bathroom, right?
Yeah, so I think we should put him in the
pee-poo
tier. No, I'm just kidding.
Nah.
That's reserved for a couple other scoundrels.
I'd say give AJ, honestly, I'd put AJ top of A.
He's top of A.
Yeah.
Oh, he could reach the S depending on where we are in the list, but I think he's well-deserving of A tier.
He had a banger for Undertaker's last match. The whole beat-up John Cena
Such a great
thing
match.
Was fire.
Great feud with John Cena. I mean, dude's a legend at everything he does. He's going to be fighting LA Knight at WrestleMania 40. I can't wait to see that match.
It's going to be
awesome. So, yeah. Speaking of John Cena, he's next on our list. Now, I mean, I don't really have to do much explaining for John Cena. He is one of the greatest to ever do it. He is he tied Ric Flair, 16-time champ, right? And he just has had so many great feuds, between feuding with CM Punk to having his great stint with Bray Wyatt. I mean, I know a lot of people don't really talk about that.
Yeah, rest in peace, my GOAT.
Rest in peace to Bray Wyatt. But he had some great feuds with Bray Wyatt. Honestly, he had a great feud with Rusev, right?
Yeah, that was good.
And he had a great U.S. title reign, right? And I mean, the list goes on and on. He had great feuds with The Rock and just pretty much anybody you could think of. He fought. I mean, the match wasn't that great, but the feud was pretty good between him and Roman when they fought at SummerSlam. The feud was good, but he didn't. The match wasn't all that. He is
now CGM.
Yes.
Might I add?
Yes.
Now this is very underlooked, but 2015 Cena, that's Super Cena right there.
Oh.
That John Cena, he unlocked something insane back in 2015.
He was great. He hit the. If there was the tier above S, the Super Cena tier, he'd be there. He's crazy.
For sure.
He was good. So yeah, I'm gonna put Cena in S tier. It seems like you don't have a problem with it.
Oh and, no, not at all. I said S tier before you even got into the details about him.
Of course. All right. So next up, we're just gonna put this guy here. Well, not Randy Orton.
Nope, not him.
No.
No.
Guy,
yeah, he's going pee pee poo poo.
Yeah. Now, all right. Since Randy Orton's right here, let's talk about Randy Orton. Now, Randy Orton. I've heard mixed opinions about him outside the ring, but I feel like lately it's been on the good side.
Yeah, he's the Viper.
He is the Viper, the Apex Predator.
He can do what he wants.
He's got the signature move, the RKO, right?
That's the greatest finishing move of all time, easily.
Right? He's had many great feuds in the past. I mean, the list goes on and on. Former WWE champion, future Hall of Famer. He's one of the best to ever do it. I think, honestly,
he's S tier.
Yeah.
And he's one of the greatest heels ever.
He was part of one of the best stables of all time, Evolution, right?
Yep.
I mean, Maven speaks very highly of him, so I got to put him in S tier.
Yeah, Maven says it.
If Maven says he's good, he's got to be good,
Yeah,
right?
where's Maven on this list?
Bro, he's in his own tier above us, so I don't know.
Facts.
All right, we're going to talk about Dave Bautista. Now, Bautista, obviously, we know him very, very well as Drax from Guardians of the Galaxy, one of the greatest Marvel Cinematic Universe characters of all time. And in terms of a wrestler, I know he caught a lot of flack during, like, 2014, right? Winning the Rumble, and then, it just went all downhill from there. But he's had some great feuds in the past. He's a former champion. His last match with Triple H wasn't really remembered so high. I believe that was at Mania 35. It's not remembered too great. But overall, he's starting up a pretty good acting career, right? Most superstars do that. At least the big guys do. Yeah. And he has the Batista bomb, great finisher, obviously. I mean, it's just a power bomb, but it is more than a power bomb. You know what I mean? It is the power bomb. If you think about a power bomb, you think of Batista's power bomb, the Batista bomb. So, obviously, member of Evolution as well, right? And honestly, for Dave Bautista,
I don't think he hits S. He's high A. You could Loki if you were to put him.
I'm putting him here, and I'd honestly put CM Punk over him, and that is a very controversial take, and I understand that, and I apologize to people for that, but I personally like CM Punk better than Batista. That's just my opinion.
I get it.
I mean, if we're talking about outside the ring too, I'm definitely putting him over Punk, but I think I just have to do that. Well, we can change it later, but I feel like that's the move. All right, next up we got brother. We got Hulk Hogan, bro. Now, Hulk Hogan, I don't really need to say much about Hulk Hogan. He's main evented.
Who's that?
Yeah, right. He's main evented so many WrestleManias you can't even count. He has had a top 3 longest reign for the WWE with the WWE title of all time. Roman Reigns will be looking to beat that record, but I don't think he will. But anyway, that's besides the point. His character honestly established wrestling in its entirety. I think without Hulk Hogan, wrestling would not be where it is today. He truly was a building block for the great piece of entertainment we know as wrestling. And he's great on the mic. His gimmick is one of the greatest of all time. His wrestling skills are mixed, but it was the 80s, and for what it was, he was fantastic. I don't think it's a question. I think we're putting him in S tier. I don't think it's a question.
S tier.
Don't even. You're not putting him lower than us. I don't care what you say.
Oh, no. I guess
he's S tier. You cannot say he is not. Without Hogan, wrestling isn't where it is today.
I'd say as a character and his impact, I'd say gotta go for it. His wrestling skills are not S tier,
Right, they're
but
subpar, but it's
yeah.
Hogan. It's Hogan. All right, next up we got Andre the Giant. I challenge you, Hogan. Right.
I tell it to the WrestleMania.
Now, obviously, Hogan and Andre were great friends before Andre finally turned with Bobby the Brain Heenan and set up the great match at WrestleMania 3, right? His wrestling skills were not the greatest, but I heard he had some, out of the ring troubles, right? But you got to respect the legacy he built in wrestling, right? It's tough for me to put him somewhere. I really don't know where I want to go. I'm thinking I'm going here or here. I really don't know.
I'd say put him high B, right above Big Show. Him and Big Show are kind of one and the same a little bit.
Yeah, but I'm gonna give the edge to Andre just because it's Andre.
Yeah.
All right, next up we got the Macho Man.
Ooh, yeah.
Obviously, Macho Man Randy Savage. He had a great IC title reign. He won the WWE Championship. He is a Hall of Famer. There's so much you could say about Macho Man. He starred in some movies. He was in Spider-Man 1, right? He was in Spider-Man.
I got you with 3 minutes. 3 minutes of
in the steel cage. In steel cage. Has one of the greatest finishers of all time, the elbow drop. Was accompanied by one of the greatest managers of all time, Miss Elizabeth. Honestly, all right, I'm a big Macho Man guy. I'd probably put him bottom ass, but we'll be realistic here. We'll put him in the A tier. And I said
he's about Bruno Sammartino.
I'm gonna put him here based on wrestling skill and everything else.
Yeah,
I think he's about there. I think Batista's better at all around than Macho Man in terms of just everything. But I respect the Macho Man, and I really like his gimmick. I just like everything about the Macho Man. But Batista, I recognize that he is better in all areas. So I will keep it there. I won't let my bias get in the way. So we're gonna keep Macho Man there. So next up we have Bennett. Mick Foley. Now, Mick Foley, man, what has this guy not done for the fans, right? He is falling off of Hell in a Cells, right? He's freaking risked his body so many times. He said, he's obviously Mick Foley. He's had Mankind. He's had Do Love. And he's also had Cactus Jack. Cactus Jack. So, guy is one of the greatest to ever do it. I know I keep saying that for a lot of these guys, but he really is. He is one of the GOATs. This is the GOAT list. He is one of the GOATs. Mick Foley, man. I'm thinking either.
I put a B tier. Because.
But I put him above San Martino.
Yeah.
He's better than San Martino. I don't even care.
I feel like as a wrestler,
unless we do that. Can we do that?
Yeah, I agree. I support it.
Let's do that.
And I think, like, as a wrestler, I mean, his main thing was just getting hurt, really. So I respect it. He put his life on the line all the time.
I mean, he had great feuds and matches, too. It wasn't like he was a bad, on the mic or anything. He was good. So, I gotta give him the A tier. He's definitely A tier. All right, next up, we got Roddy Piper, right? Now, obviously, was really known for what he did back in the 80s, right? And into he got into the late 80s, you know what I mean? Obviously, I don't really know much about Roddy Piper in terms of his career or anything like that, but I respect him. He's a great wrestler. I don't know. He had a classic.
It took him a while to even get a title.
Oh, I know. It took him forever to get a title. He finally got.
I'd say
he had a good IC reign. IC reign.
I would say he was like the first heel.
He was great on the mic. Like there was Piper's Pit. Yeah. Like that was like nowadays we have things like Miz TV and the Grayson Waller effect, but he was the guy. The KO show. He was the guy. He started that. Like he is the pioneer.
I'd say.
Honestly, I'm going here.
I'd
either here or here. I don't see him going in A.
I'd say go in B.
Yeah, I like this. All right, next up we got. Now Edge obviously is in AEW now, but he is known for having one of the greatest tag teams of all time with Christian. former champion, former Money in the Bank winner. I believe he's also won the Rumble. Overall, just a freaking awesome performer, right? He's great on the mic. There's a lot of people that I'm like, you know, he's A tier. Part of me, I don't think I can put him in S. I don't think I can put him in
high
S.
A.
He is high A. I agree.
And he gets extra points for the Edge and Christian show that totally reeks of awesomeness.
Oh, that was a banger.
Facts. And he's bro. Do you not remember in the first episode where he says he won the Royal Rumble from the?
Oh yeah. I got you now.
I believe it was the 29th spot. Correct me if I'm wrong. I haven't watched it in a while.
He definitely won the Rumble.
Watching wrestling when he won the
Rumble. He main evented Mania in a triple threat with Bryan and Reigns. You know, fairly recently. That was within the decade. So it's
that was during my break from WWE.
Yeah, that's when I took my hiatus. But as I look at this tier list right now, I'm throwing him somewhere in this department.
I'd say high A. I'd put him above Bret Hart.
Let's go here. I like that.
I'd say it's solid.
Can we just do that right away?
The
game of Triple H.
Still talk about him.
Well, of course we're going to talk about Triple H. I mean,
Triple H.
He said some.
And can we get like two Triple H's on the S tier? One is a wrestler. One is running WWE right now.
Running creative. Yeah, he's one of the greatest of all time. Obviously. He is a former champion. He is, I mean, is he a Hall of Famer yet? He should be. If he's not, he's got to be in the Hall of Fame at some point. All right, so after doing a little bit of research, he was inducted into the Hall of Fame with DX in 2019. I do remember that now. Honestly, now that was said, I do remember that. But can he be inducted as his own performer? Like, why has he not been inducted yet? That makes no sense to me. And I know he's probably one of the people
he will be.
I know he's one of the people that probably makes those calls, but like, bro, you gotta induct yourself, bro. You're the GOAT. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Obviously great with creative. Great. He was great in NXT when he was running it down there. Now it's Shawn Michaels. We'll get to him. But I don't know. There's not much to say about Triple H besides he's the GOAT. He's the GOAT.
But right? yeah, I kind of forgot about that. Like NXT 2015, 2016 NXT better than the main roster at that point. I don't even care.
Hold on.
It was so good.
Like you got a little thing above your head. I didn't even notice that.
Oh yeah, it's probably been there for a while.
It's been there for a while, but it's okay.
Yeah, I don't care.
Anyway, so that's what happens when you record this stuff live. You know what I mean? I mean, I do some cuts, but there's some things you just can't cut. There's just some things that happen. But anyway, we're gonna go with Triple H in the S tier.
I am the game.
All right, so next up we got. Yes. We got Daniel Bryan. Now, as a performer, awesome.
He's great.
Great. Fantastic. Promo work was pretty good, too. Really high. His peak was at Mania 30, right? When he went on to fight Batista and then went on to the main event to fight Triple H and Randy Orton in the triple threat for the title. But he's in AEW now. I really don't follow AEW much, but I know he's doing pretty good down there, as far as I know. And I don't really know, man. I think he's got to.
I'd say he's going A tier.
He's
going A tier as well.
I agree.
You gotta love this A tier.
I want to say he's somewhere around here. Honestly, I think that's where I'm gonna put him. That's where he's going for me. At the end, we will rearrange this S tier because as it stands right now, I think some things need to be adjusted, but we will get to that at the end of the video. Next up, we got Viva la Raza! We got Eddie Guerrero, right? He had some banger matches, especially with Angle at Mania. We just played the showcase. That match was so good. That's awesome. Oh, yeah. That was an awesome match. Former champion, obviously. Got to be in the Hall of Fame, obviously. I don't know, man. 5-star frog splash was obviously the big move for RVD, but he was he also did it too. He's big frog splash guy. He's known for that.
Yeah.
So in terms, all right, if I watched Eddie Guerrero in his prime, if I watched a lot of Eddie Guerrero, I'd probably put him in S tier, and I know that. Yeah. I know that a lot of people will put him in S tier.
I'd say as a performer in terms of his wrestling, he's definitely one of the greatest.
He's definitely S tier.
Easily. Easily.
Honestly, all right, let's look at what we got in A tier. We got AJ Styles at the top. He's honestly, let's put him in S. I think he's beating out AJ Styles in terms of just everything. Let's just put him at the bottom of S. I don't think we really can put him anywhere lower. Do you know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
Just based on what our A tier is now, like he trumps pretty much everybody on the A tier. So I'm gonna go with Eddie Guerrero at S tier. Next up, we got another popular wrestler from the nice Hispanic wrestler. And we get the luchador, right? We got Rey Mysterio, right? Now, Rey Mysterio, obviously, I don't have to talk about him much. Former champion, WWE Hall of Famer. Still is wrestling today, and he's probably going to fight at Mania. I think he might fight Santos Escobar. I don't know yet. But he's definitely going to have a match. He had a heater last year against his son, Dominic. That was awesome,
That was
man.
good. That was good.
Great match. Great feud. One of the greatest feuds, honestly, between, like, family. Like, that was a great feud. I thought it was awesome.
Oh, yeah.
This is tough, man. I
I
don't
tell
know.
you thinking. Mysterio.
Mysterio! I gotta, honestly,
I'd say he's high A.
I'm going here.
I'd put him.
I'm going there. That's where I'm putting him.
All right.
I don't know if you want to move him above Edge or AJ, but I like Edge and AJ more than Mysterio.
I probably would. I don't know. I'd say it's all right. We'll see. We'll see later.
I'm just more of an Edge fan, and it's not. And some bias is gonna have to come into play in this tier list,
Yeah.
But if I like Edge more, then of course I'm gonna put him above Rey. But I mean, I think that's solid. I mean, he's got one of the best moves, the 619. I'm gonna go with it. I'm just sending it. I don't even care.
Yeah.
I'm gonna do it. Next up we got Jericho. Now Jericho, when we started watching wrestling again, he was awesome, man.
You just made the list.
He had the list, right? He had a great feud with KO. He obviously former champion. He is in AEW now, killing it over there. He's in his own band, right? He's got Fozzy. Chris Jericho, man. I've heard he's done some questionable things outside the ring, which we won't get into now. But
I think like everybody has at this point.
probably, yeah. At this
Who hasn't?
at this rate, I don't even know. But anyway, Jericho. No, I don't want to put him in.
No, I was about to say.
I didn't mean to do that.
Yeah, it's like it's just everyone's just gotta like go in the A tier.
I'm going A.
Yeah,
I gotta go A. Get that out of the way.
I'd say put Batista above him, but
I disagree. I think I like Jericho better.
You're the one making the thing.
I think he's way better on
I can't control it.
I think he's way better on the mic. I think he's just better on the mic than Batista. In-ring performer-wise, better than Batista. I think all around he's better than Batista. So I'm going to go above Batista in the A tier. All right, here we go. This is going to be very, very controversial here.
So
super hot right now, right? Super hot. All right, here's what I'm going to do.
No.
He is not in the S tier, right?
No, he's not in the S tier.
I think by the end of his career, he will be in the S tier. I just think that right now, he just got put back in the company only a couple years ago, right? And when he was with the company before then, he was really just below mid-carder, right?
Yeah.
But he's doing some great things right now. I'm hoping he wins the title at Mania.
There's no way he doesn't.
If he doesn't, I'm gonna lose my mind. Let's put him top of A. I think I respect the heck out of him for what he does for the company, for the fans. I mean, I watched this guy. He was at Raw, maybe, I think it was a couple weeks ago. It's that guy on YouTube that tries to stay at the places as long as he can, and just till he can get kicked out. But he stayed there for like 30 minutes past the show, like ending. And Cody Rhodes was probably out there after Raw ended for a good 20 to 25 minutes, just signing autographs, taking pictures with people until everybody was satisfied. Like, that is just total respect. And I know that when we saw him in Utica, he signed a chair, or not a chair, a table, I mean, and he gave it to somebody in the crowd. He didn't give it to us, but it's okay.
I wanted it.
But, no, man, I respect him, man. He's great on the mic. He's a great in-ring performer. He had a great feud with Rollins, and Reigns, it might be another top tier feud. His feud with Reigns could be one of the greatest of all time.
Oh, it's
right
peak.
now. It's shaping
so
up to
good.
be one of the greatest. Between him and the Bloodline, it's freaking awesome. So right now he's going in top of A, but I can easily see him going above that in the future, easily. All right, next up, we got to talk about the Ultimate Warrior. Now I don't know if he's still your favorite wrestler of all time, but
I'd say he's cool. He's cool.
But I know you used to love him back in the day. Obviously,
Yeah.
his main evented Mania. He is a former WWE and Intercontinental Champion. I think he was the first to hold both belts at the same time. And yeah, man, overall, I mean, he's an all right wrestler. Not too crazy on the mic. I don't really think he's done much promo work.
Nah, his mic work was great. Just screaming as loud as he can. I love it.
He mainly just screams and doesn't really do much.
Yeah.
With that said,
no bias.
Ultimate Warrior. If it's me, I'm going top of B. But that's just my opinion.
I'll allow it.
All right. Next up, we got Seth freaking Rollins.
I just like
first ever
the song
person
wrong
to
at the events.
successfully cash in and win the Money in the Bank contract, WrestleMania, blah blah blah. We all know the deal.
That's the greatest cash in of all time.
It's the greatest cash in of all time. He is the current WWE World Heavyweight Champion. He is just a phenomenal athlete. Great, one of the greatest in-ring performers ever. He is also one of the greatest on the mic ever. Honestly, I'm putting him right here. I think that's a great.
I'd put him above Cody. Not gonna lie. I'd put him above Cody.
You know what? You're right. He is above Cody. He's above
Especially
Cody.
2015
Right
Rollins.
now, he's above Cody, but Cody has potential to be above Rollins. But as of right now, just based on what he's done, he was able to climb up the ranks a lot better than Cody, especially because they were at about the same point in their careers, and Seth Rollins obviously excelled where Cody kind of fell off. But obviously now he's amazing. Cody's one of the greatest in the company, if not top 3 in the company right now, performer-wise.
Yeah.
But overall, I think Seth Rollins, he had a great heel run, had a great his first ever WWE Championship reign was one of the greatest reigns, even though it was very much a J&J security type, or bail him out of situation type thing. I still loved his reign. It was unfortunate that I think he lost it because of injury. I don't even think he lost the title.
Yeah, at a live event, he got injured.
Oh yeah, against Kane.
And then there was the whole Reigns thing when he won the title. Then the Sheamus cash in, all that.
Oh yeah, with Survivor Series when you shed a tear.
Yeah.
Tears I fear. Hey, we're kind of doing Tears I Fear, right? Tears, you know what I mean?
Yeah, a little bit.
Yeah. Anyway, all right, we're gonna move on here. Let's talk about.
Okay, that's an easy ass tier.
Stone Cold. Stone Cold, obviously, great, one of the greatest of all time. Has had great feuds with. I mean, recently Kevin Owens, awesome feud, right? Bret Hart, The Rock. I mean, you name it. He's had some great feuds, great title reigns. Got his kick started at King of the Ring. He's awesome, man. He's great on the mic. One of the greatest people to do it on the mic. Yeah, he's just awesome. He's Stone Cold. I don't know what else to say. He's Stone Cold.
I'd say for wrestling, he's probably had one of the biggest, if not the biggest, impact.
Oh, he had a
wrestling.
huge impact, especially from his promo at King of the Ring, and he.
Yeah.
I mean, he was the face of the Attitude Era, really. Him and The Rock, like the greatest in the Attitude Era. You know what I mean? So, I gotta go with Stone Cold in the good old S tier. All right, Kane.
Yo, if it's slow chemical Kane, that's S tier easily.
Yeah, but I'm looking at Authority Kane, late Kane.
Yo, if we're talking concessions Kane, that's S tier easily.
No, we're gonna base it off of Kane's whole career.
If we're talking about the fact that Kane was just there at WrestleMania 31, he's S tier easily.
He's definitely. I'm gonna put him in A tier. I don't think he's S tier, unfortunately for Fiducia. He's not in S tier.
Yeah, he's probably the only person who's gonna watch the video.
He's gonna be the only person that actually cares. But honestly, he's falling there for me. That's where he's going for me.
All right, all right, all right.
I still think we need to adjust this. I think Punk is better than these two. I think. I don't know. Am I
I'd say
wrong in saying
Batista
that?
should be higher too.
Oh, well,
I'm a
if we're
big
doing,
Batista guy.
let's do that. Yeah, let's do that. I like that. I like the way that looks. I think. I don't know. Unless you think Batista's above these two. I said earlier that I think Jericho is better, but
As I said, big Batista guy. I like Batista. So
I will put him there.
I pretty much
It's fine.
like all of Evolution.
But yeah, Kane obviously known for being the Undertaker's kayfabe brother, right? Mayor of Knox County, you know, great, great in-ring performer, obviously, especially for his size. You gotta love Kane, right? Great gimmick.
Yeah.
As well.
And
Right.
I have a really sad revelation for everybody. Kane and Undertaker aren't actually brothers. In case you didn't know that.
That's
sorry.
nonsense. You're lying. Anyway,
No.
that's cat. All right, Kurt Angle. I don't even know, man. I don't know.
Yo, for the memes, S tier easily.
Oh, heck no, man.
What up? Will you?
He's
He's
going-
definitely A tier.
He's going A.
No lower than A.
He's going here for me.
He's a fantastic wrestler.
Oh, he's
I
really
feel
great
like
on the mic, and he's a
doesn't
really
get
great wrestler.
He doesn't get a lot of love lately.
I know. I'm gonna put him in A just because I'm not like I didn't really watch him much, but a lot of people would put him in S tier. I'm not gonna put him in S tier just because I don't really, you know. Ric Flair, man, 16
Yeah, that's like the most
champion.
overrated wrestler right there.
I know, but you gotta respect the guy. He's one of the best on the mic. I don't know, man.
Yo, you ever see Rhett and Link when they were trying to figure out what a nature boy is?
No.
They tried to like they said he doesn't seem like some guy who'd go out into nature. Like Ric Flair does not go out in like the woods and just like explore.
No, definitely not. But
That man
I
never
feel like
goes
you
outside.
gotta put him. I don't know, man. I feel like he's got to be an S. I don't know. Like it's freaking Ric Flair.
No.
I'm very
I don't
torn
know.
right now.
I'd say for Impact, yes, probably.
Purely on impact, he's going in S. Purely on
guess.
impact. Just because his impact on the sport was so freaking huge, he's got to go in S. I don't even care. If it's up to me,
All
I'm
right,
if it's up to me, I'm putting these next three in S. If it's up to me.
yeah, I was just about to say
Let's
that. We
just
might
do
have
it.
put all
Roman
three in
Reigns,
S.
obviously, great title reign. His as tribal chief with the bloodline, awesome, great stuff. I loved him since he was the big dog. I don't even care. Definitely matured a lot since then, though. You got to put him in S tier.
I liked when his greatest promo was definitely when he said at the Royal Rumble match.
Shawn Michaels, obviously S tier.
Yes, probably the best performer
One of
all time.
one of, if not the best performer of all time in the ring. Had some great feuds in the past with Bret Hart and Stone Cold, and you name it. Even, you know, I still can't get over his match with Taker, bro. That's just a great match.
Oh, that's probably the greatest match of all time.
It's awesome. It's so good. And now he's developmental in NXT. He's doing stuff in NXT, which is great. So we're going to go with that. And then, obviously, I don't even have to tell anybody why The Undertaker is
Top of S tier easily.
He is the GOAT. He's the
I mean,
supreme
do
GOAT.
we even need to talk about it?
No,
Like,
I don't think we do. I think he is the GOAT. And,
for sure.
I mean, he has the streak. He has he's a former champion. He is a Hall of Famer. He's had some of the greatest matches of all time. If you look up greatest matches of all time, Undertaker is there probably. At least half of the list is probably Undertaker matches. It has to be. Like, he is a great performer. And I mean, even like his moves are fantastic. Like he's got
he's
school.
he's
got the last
I'd say,
ride,
like,
Hell's Gate,
yeah.
Tombstone, choke slam. I mean, the amount of signature moves he has, the suicide dive. I mean, he's got a ton. I mean, it's crazy.
Yeah, he's a fantastic performer, especially for being such a big guy.
He's a great worker.
And he has an amazing character.
I agree.
Like that, it's definitely the best character in wrestling, easily.
All right, this is gonna be a little bit controversial. Let's rank the S tier, and
All right.
I'm gonna kind of briefly
Undertaker number 1 for sure.
Yep, and then I don't think the
I'd go
Rock is
Triple
next.
H number 2.
Either Triple H or Stone Cold.
I'd go Triple H. I'd go, honestly, I'd probably put Cena above Stone Cold.
Let's do that. I agree. Sure.
I'd say Cena's the better wrestler. Stone Cold over The Rock, even though Stone Cold and The Rock is the hardest question ever asked.
Facts.
Shawn Michaels should, yeah, definitely be higher.
Let's do that.
I'd put Reigns over Hogan. I'd put Eddie Guerrero over. I'd say, yeah.
I like where this is right now. I'd put Reigns over Orton just because I'm biased. That's just
well, that's just you.
All right, so that's our tier list. And I mean, we could go through the A tier, but I don't think we need to. I think that's pretty solid where it's at. So for our final S tier, we will just I'm not gonna go through everybody, but we'll go through the S tier. We have number 1 being so this would be our Rushmore. Our Rushmore would be Undertaker, Triple H, John Cena, and Stone Cold Steve Austin. With our honorable mention being The Rock. Next up, we have Shawn Michaels, Roman Reigns, Randy Orton, Eddie Guerrero, Hulk Hogan, and Ric Flair, all in the S tier. And I feel like that is very appropriate for the S tier. Do you agree? I don't think there's anything else we need to change with that.
I'd say so.
I agree. So, guys, that is our official tier list for the greatest of all time wrestlers in WWE history. If you disagree with any of our thoughts or opinions here, please let us know in the comment section below. If you do want more content like this, please be sure to hit that subscribe button, give us a like on the YouTube channel, and as always, thank you for watching, and go follow me on TikTok, too. I think I'm Mike_Cook on Matt or something like that, or I might just be Cook on Matt. I honestly don't even know. But if you look me up on TikTok, you'll find me for sure. So yeah, subscribe, like, go follow me on TikTok, and yeah, thank you for watching. Peace.
Peace.
That was real.